Commissioners, July 1st, 2024. We stand for the invocation to pledge allegiance. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for being with us. Lord, give us the wisdom we need to make the right decisions. May our acts be acceptable unto you. We ask this in your mighty name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Be seated.
Adequate notice pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given of this meeting by forwarding notice to the South Jersey Times and the Elmer Times Company, and by posting notice on the bulletin board in the 5th Street complex, and by filing notice in the offices of the Salem County Clerk and the Clerk of the Board, all having been done at least 48 hours in advance.
Roll call, please.
Director Laurie.
Here.
Deputy Director Ostrom.
Here.
Commissioner Ramsey.
Here.
Commissioner Taylor.
Here.
Commissioner Timmerman.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. Commissioners, what's your pleasure with the minutes?
Mr. Director, I make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes from the June 5th and June 12th, 2024 meetings. Minutes are to be received, approved, and recorded in the minute book.
I'll second the motion. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Stacy passed unanimous. We have a lot of great recognition today. If we can have Jack Fowler step up, please. And please come up. And any guests you have with you, you're fine. Just right down there. That's all right.
Oh, you can come up here. In fact, we'd rather have you up here than that.
You guys can come up too. Lead singer of the County Shots. Right? Hey, how are you? Good to see you. I'm here to take pictures. I'll tell you. That's right. Haywood Trout. Haywood County. Oh, Haywood Trout. That's right. Got it. So this is the 2024 Scholarship Program Award to Jack Fowler and Q. Redford. All right, in recognition for your dedication to academic excellence and distinguished scholastic achievement to be used at Grove University. Is that correct? Check. Thank you. You're welcome. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Are you still talking? Yeah. Good. Come on. We're going to get into you guys. Oh, okay. And unlike most situations, you check it out. All right, can we have Gavin stop up? Gavin and family. Gavin's going to sit in University of Technology. As an engineer, good luck. A lot of math, a lot of science. It's all good. Really fine. Well, congratulations. We get success. Yeah. Congratulations. We wish you the very best. That whole technology intro, fish, family, have a good time. Thank you. We have one more recipient, and if Thomas can step up. Thomas?
No, I have one crossed out.
From Crossing Point is the County Vocational Technical School graduate now. Congratulations. They'll be heading off to the Salem Community College to study accounting. Thomas Mills is full-time student at Salem County Vocational Technical School. He's enrolled in our energy applications program. He's a member of the National Honor Society and has a 3.9 GPA. In addition to his high school classes, Thomas has also taken dual credit college classes. He plans to attend Salem Community College in Baltimore County. And he'd like to start his own accounting business after he graduates from college. All right. You're all welcome to stay. We have a riveting meeting coming up. And since the weather's so terrible, why would you go out, right?
Keep the heat.
You'll have your umbrellas, right?
Keep the heat in here. This morning was cold.
I shaded. Madam?
Commissioners, what's your pleasure with the correspondence and our general and committee commission minutes and reports?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion that the correspondence, department reports, committee, commission minutes be accepted, filed, and made a part of the minutes.
I will second that motion, Mr. Director. I have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Passed unanimous. Moving on to resolutions for administrative.
A1, resolution, sorry.
Congratulations.
Yeah, resolution urging state leaders to pass legislation that will authorize counties, municipalities, school districts, and all local governments to electronically publish legal notices in newspapers, websites, or digital publication. A2, resolution rescinding resolution 2024-096, awarding a contract for providing middle mile broadband grant program expert consulting and advisory services for counties of Cumberland and Salem, RFP number 23-40, and terminating contract. A3, resolution approving change order number 1 to contract for providing middle mile broadband grant program engineering services for the counties of Cumberland and Salem, RFP number 23-45. Vendor increase $165,670 plus 4.7%.
Commissioner, you've heard the reading of these three resolutions. What's your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion we adopt these three resolutions.
Second the motion, Mr. Director. Thank you. I have a motion and second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Director, I just want to point out that the second and third resolutions relate to our middle mile broadband contract and shows both counties, Cumberland and Salem, exercising fiscal responsibility. We have maximized the use from our consulting engineer, and we're saving quite a little money there. And the money that is being added to the planning services for the environmental survey will be covered by what we're saving on the contract mentioned in resolution A2. So it's actually a gross savings to the project.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Passed unanimous. Agricultural Public Safety.
B1, resolution authorizing Salem County Sheriff's Office to hire entry-level sheriff's officer applicants through the exemption process permitted by NJSA 11A:4-1.3 et seq.
Commissioners, your pleasure. B1.
Mr. Director, I make a motion that we adopt resolution B1.
Mr. Director, I second that motion.
I have a motion and second. Any discussion? I would like to say this will give us a little more opportunity to hire corrections officers, no?
No, Sheriff's Office.
Sheriff's officers, rather than have the strict where we have trouble hiring.
Mhm.
This should open it up,
Yeah.
open it up a little bit more. So thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand, and that's passed unanimous. Health and Human Services.
E1, resolution accepting and executing the Southern Coastal Fund Wellness Grant Program. E2, resolution amending resolution 2023-222 to extend the budget period and add additional funding to the COVID-19 vaccination program 2022 Activity C grant. E3, resolution to apply for funding for the Sustaining Local Public Health Infrastructure Grant. E4, resolution amending resolution 2022-271 to authorize a time extension of the 2021 Healthy Salem Healthy Body Grant. E5, resolution authorizing the agreement with the Governor's Council on Substance Use Disorder for the Municipal Alliance to prevent substance use disorder for July 1, 2024 to July 30th, 2025. E6, resolution authorizing the filing of an application to New Jersey Transit Corporation on behalf of Salem County Office on Aging and Disabilities for a grant under the Senior Citizens and Disabled Residents Transportation Act, SCDRTAP Grant 2025.
Commissioners, you've heard the reading of these 6 resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion to approve these resolutions as read.
Second the motion, Mr. Director.
I have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Yes, unanimous. Thank you. Public Works.
E1, resolution prohibiting normal traffic along a portion of East Main Street, County Road 675, in the borough of Pensgrove for Pensgrove High School Congress Homecoming Day Parade. And F2, resolution approving the execution of change order number 1, 2028-219, Local Freight Impact Fund, Program Strawns Mill Road, County Road 643, resurfacing and County Bridge number 1700-141, rehabilitation in Oldman's Township for the County of Salem.
Commissioners, you've heard the reading of these 2 resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I make a motion to adopt these 2 resolutions. Mr. Director, I second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. And that is passed unanimous. Chapter 159 to insert revenue into the budget.
H1, resolution providing for the insertion of any special items of revenue in the budget pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-87, Chapter 159, Public Law 1948, 24-25 Veterans Transportation. H2, fiscal year 25 County Health Infrastructure Program Grant, and H3, 2024 Senior Farmers Market.
Further reading of these 3 resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt these 3 resolutions.
Second the motion, Mr. Director.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you. Commissioners, any old business? Commissioners, any new business? Commissioners, any public announcements?
Talk a little bit about some of the events coming up. This is a holiday week, so we're all anticipating that. There is a Salem County Road Nights car cruise on July 3rd. It's the first Wednesday of every month, but this being the 3rd of July, Pat's Pizza in Pennsville. Woodstown's 4th of July parade is Thursday, beginning at 10 a.m., starting at Allen Street and South Main Street, going to Marlton Park. That will be followed by the Salem County Fairgrounds 4th of July Festival. That is a significant change. Usually the fireworks were held at the Marlton Park, but this year they're going to be held at the fairgrounds, so we're going to have to change where we go to watch the fireworks. Together with veterans, second Wednesday of each month, so it will be next Wednesday morning. Aldine UMC basketball camp is Monday through Friday, July 15th through 19th, and is open to all incoming 5th through 8th graders for the 2024 to 25 school year. Wednesday, July 17th, summer concert series, Illuminate Worship Band at Riverview Beach Park in Pennsville. And on Thursday, July 18th, the 3rd Legislative District Senior Resource Fair at the college, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That brings us up to our next meeting, so we'll let Patty fill in the blanks.
Any other public comment or public announcements from the commissioners? Hearing none, we'll open up the public comment, and for those that are online, if you want to type something in, we'll answer those questions also. Yes, Pat.
Patty Bomba, Carney's Point. I have nothing additional to Dr. Ostrom, except for the reminder of the color run for Habitat on July 27th. I'm sure I'll have more at the next meeting, but we had the second roof deployment was this morning in Penns Grove, and that went over well. They definitely have a much better day than last week when you attended.
My apologies, I saw that email about 10 o'clock, so.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have called the office instead of emailing since it was
They're in
so
spirit.
late. But so I have a question. I'm still getting calls from people looking for housing, people that have housing problems, and how do I direct them? Are they supposed to like start at social services, or what's the answer?
I think they're
Living in their cars.
social services would be probably the first place to go.
Mhm.
If you don't get any satisfaction, I think we go to June Cyber,
Okay.
Receiver. And if you don't get any satisfaction there, you go to the
Okay.
or Dan.
Okay. There are a lot of people out there who are either living in hotels or living in their cars, and their children are suffering because their grades are, they're not doing as well in a car or in someplace that's not really theirs. So, I'd like to help these people, but and I don't really know how they're getting my number, but they are. So that brings me to a question, since you mentioned June and the health department. Did you ever get an answer about the disability
Only that
advisory board?
it's a federal thing. Federal, they're coming down and meeting with June.
Well, you told me that, but that doesn't answer the question about the advisory board.
At this point, it's not needed. Don't get me wrong, it's not needed at this point, but yeah, it's a
needed.
great board to be needed. Until we get what's going on with the federal and what they're doing for us at that point, maybe we get the board together again and disseminate what's going on.
Okay.
But that's certainly an important part of our county. And I appreciate you being an advocate, not only for the disabled, but for those that are out there, living in their cars and living in hotels, whatever. I appreciate you.
I wouldn't want to be living in my car when it's
If I slept in
0
cars before,
degrees
it's not
and
a
when
good
it's
thing.
100 degrees. It's not a good time anytime, really.
Back in the college days, I slept in cars and it's not a good thing. Definitely not.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Oh, listen to that. They just started. Patty, I'll give you a call and talk about some things.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Bomba, Township Committeeman, Carney's Point. I wish to congratulate the Public Works Committee on their efforts on Georgetown Road. They got in there right after we had completed the new sewage lines, and that road really looks really nice now. Second thing is, on today's communications, item 9, resolution from County of Ocean opposing the construction of offshore windmills, wind farms. Are we, by reading it in and accepting it, are you leaning towards, knowing that we have the windmill assembly out of the island, I would be very upset if
That's
you were
just
leaning.
saying, hey, we got it.
Okay, thank you very much, I appreciate that.
There are many more this month for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed, I was glancing through them, but that one really caught my attention.
We did add our own, we echo the resolutions for the electronic notice, which I'm sure you guys with Carney's Point are very happy with as well.
Sure. Thank you. Have a good day, John.
Well,
Do we have anyone online with questions? Not at this point. We do have a closed session. First of all, announce the meeting July 17th, 4 p.m., same location, same time, just different day, July 17th. Appreciate anybody that wants to show up. Thank you very much. And we do have a closed session today. I anticipate it to be in about 15 to 20 minutes. We will not be making any decisions or any motions when we come. Do not anticipate making any motions or decisions when we come out. Mostly for litigation and negotiations. Go ahead. Take it from here.
Resolution authorizing executive session, County of Salem matters relating to the employment relationship.
so moved, Mr. Director.
Second motion.
Motion and second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Yes, unanimous. Thank you all for attending. Appreciate that.
I also agree with 15 minutes. It's not a lot of.
We should be able to do that. That's why we did it.